we bring you tonight into... And nothing tips off of...
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot, manning the middle. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
4 on the shot clock. Lillard from outside keeps it alive, and Covington stays with it.
Boy, how about the effort and energy that time by Covington? Just worked his way right to the glass and got the follow-up basket.
Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Lillard dishes to Powell. Back to Lillard. Shoots over Doncic. Lillard with the bucket.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
And the shot is long. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's McCollum. It's hauled in by Richardson. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Boy, a main weapon in Doncic's attack. He really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Lillard against Doncic. And Lillard kicks to Powell. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Doncic, no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. Passes to McCollum. Lets the 3 fly. Portland with a new 14. The Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. From the top of the key, Richardson, good.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. To the inside, Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Good.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. .157 left to play in the first quarter. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Anthony subbed in for Robert Covington. And then for Dallas, Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Here's Porzingis, the fast break chance. Shoots over Cantor. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
And Redick kicks to Brunson. 1:11 left to play in the first quarter. And he misses his first shot of the game. Portland leading. Here's Anthony. The pass to Jones. Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Offensive rebound. Here's Cantor. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on J.J. Redick.
And, you know, Kanter can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Harry Giles is checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Trailblazers leading by 4. Here's Giles. He kicks it to Powell. Back to Giles. Powell with the steal. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Hardaway. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You know, he's not just a shooter, guys. Hardaway Jr. is also capable of getting creative and mixing things up, too. I like it.
Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
And that stifling defense of Cauley Stein is what got him drafted 6th back in 2015.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers lead by 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got J.J. Redick, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Cauley Stein, and it's Brunson in at the point. Now here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time, rising up for the dunk.
Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Outside for Redick. Now here's Brunson. Elbow shot is on the way. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Anthony drives in, kicks it out to Jones. Redick surveying the D. From deep. The shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Here's Anthony. Out to the wing. Here's Simons. Here's Kanter. Out to Anthony. Over Cauley Stein. The shot by Anthony, no good. Simons, the pass to Kanter. Second shot opportunity. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
A different look now for Portland. Harry Giles comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Robert Covington subbed in for Powell. Now, here's Doncic. Ball stolen. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Right block shot. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also, at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Outside Covington. Pass to Giles. 1:58 left in the first half of the game. Here's Simon.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Pulls up. High post. Porzingis can't hit. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Giles. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Here's Doncic. Count it. Doncic has got 8 points.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Giles the pass to Jones, and he makes that one.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Doncic outside. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Doncic has got 6 here in this quarter. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. It's Jones on the wing. Cancer with it, and it's Richardson picking him up. Buries it from 3-point range. Jones has got the lead up to 6 now for Portland.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Doncic kicks to Richardson. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Trailblazers out in front. They're up by 8. It's time now to go. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. That
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward. Now here's Powell. Defense right on him. And he uses the glass on the layup. Powell's got the lead, back up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
The Trailblazers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
Luka flying to the rim and putting it on top of the defender's head.
McCollum outside. There's the triple. Trains the three-pointer. McCollum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Powell's got 6 points. Mavericks trail by 13. Doncic outside. Over Lillard. Here's Hardaway. Good work defensively by Anthony. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Powell, no one around him, and another 3 for Portland.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Covington's checked in. Dallas also making some changes. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Nurkic the pass to Covington. 5 to shoot. Lillard from outside. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Mavericks trail by 14. Redick is in the corner. No good with the triple. The Trailblazers have gotten 4 of the first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Out to Anthony. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard finds Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Redick with the 3. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds in this game. McCollum against Brunson. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Lillard.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Brunson, good. In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Stolen by Brunson. And Covington sends it back.
You know, you talk about Covington, and he's what you call a typical 3-and-D player. Has been that way most of his career.
The shot by Redick, no good.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Goes up from the top of the key. Brunson, no good. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's foul number 2 for him. Cantor checked in for the Trailblazers. Derek Jones comes in for Anthony. The Mavericks also with a sub. Zinkis, he's checked in for Dwight Powell.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
McCollum finds Jones, and that one, good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Lillard from outside. Back to Cantor. It's Covington on the wing. Kicks it out to Lillard. Back to Cantor. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 6 assists in the game.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter here. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. Cantor, high post. Back to McCollum. Kicks it out to Jones. It's McCollum on the wing to the middle. Cantor. Shooting foul, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Harry Giles is checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for McCollum. In the corner, Powell with it. Shot clock at 5. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Jones, no one around him. No good on the triple. Mavericks trail by 20. Pass to Richardson. Knocks it loose. And again, Portland running the court in transition. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, to glide in and reverse it home like that, so sweet.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there.
He's lucky to get away with that, though, guys. I mean, it could have earned him a technical for hanging on too long.
Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Not much the defense could do there with Richardson bouncing like that.
Trailblazers leading by 18. Outside, Jones. Down low. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Powell against Richardson. Powell kicks to Giles. A three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks trailed by 18. Lets it fly from 18. Kept alive. Here's Porzingis. And finally they hit one.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
Simons, the pass to Powell. From deep, out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Both teams will make substitutions. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Rebound by the Trailblazers. 22 is their biggest lead. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Passes it to Giles. Hardaway with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Off target from three-point range.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Trailblazers.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Enes Kanter.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Well, this is why me and so many others are high on Doncic. I mean, he's got the ability to fight through challenges that defenses present.
Mavericks making a switch here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. Trey Burks checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Hardaway. Brunson against Lillard. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And here we go. Burke heading to the hoop. And stolen by Lillard. And he banks in the layup.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and
did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And Doncic, here we go. Good work there as it goes.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Giles, Lillard up top. Shot clock at 6. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And the dunk by Doncic.
Par for the course for Luka Doncic. Just one of those games where he's got it on cruise control.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Fires from the wing. Here's Giles. Gets it to fall.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Patterson is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And for the Mavericks, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Marjanovic in at the center, filling out the middle.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
George against Doncic. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position. Look, this is how you draw it up coming out of the locker room. 3 of 3 so far.
Doncic outside. Pass to Marjanovic. And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
George against Doncic. George passes to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Back to Zubac. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Do you see the game plan is working already? 4 straight makes to start this one.
Doncic outside. Throws it up high. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Now, here is George. 6 points for him.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Richardson kicks to Hardaway. Shoots over Leonard. Stolen by Zubac. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Here's Doncic. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Now, here is George. Doncic with the block.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to George. Here's Patterson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Luka Doncic.
Patterson welcomes contact inside. He's looking to get to the line down there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Brunson against Rondo. Here's Redick. Now the pass to Cauley-Stein. Rondo against Brunson. Off the left rim and out. The Clippers in the lead. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley-Stein, a presence defensively.
And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. It's rebounded by Dallas. Up top, Powell. A floater. Great D that time from Batum. The Clippers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Rondo kicks to Kennard. Hands it from downtown.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
Brunson against Rondo. And he goes in for the dunk.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
That one goes in.
What passion from Rondo on that drive. Just relentless on how he takes it straight to the defense.
Brunson scanning the floor. No good on that one. Great D that time from Batum. Here's Morris. Second chance shot outside for Rondo. Here's Batum. No good with the layup. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Clippers ahead, up by 5. We've got more in store. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
Cauley-Stein is out there with Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Redick against Rondo. Left side, Batum. Pass to Morris. And here's Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. Batum, good. Batum's got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Batum. Dallas moving the ball around. Batum with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Shot's good by Kennard. Kennard's got 5.
He saw the opportunity to get an easy bucket on the break and took advantage of it.
Brunson against Rondo. Here's Finney-Smith. No points in the game yet for him. That one goes. Count it.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Rondo scanning the floor. The 3. Cauley Stein grabs the board. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
It's good. Marjanovic has got 6.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
George passes to Leonard. Porzingis with the steal. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, here's Marjanovic. Yep, that one goes in there. And now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
To the paint. Here's Okuru.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. The 3 from George. No good there. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. The rebound by Patterson. Clippers leading by 3. Up the floor. Feeds to Jackson. And stolen by Richardson. Outside Hardaway. Porzingis finds Richardson. That's tipped, and that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
Mavericks trailed by 5. Doncic with it. He's got 6. Yes, that goes in. Doncic has got 8 points.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
It's Jackson with the drive, with 1 on the clock, and no good that time. And that's it for the first.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the shooting guard position. And here's Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kicks it out to Leonard. George against Doncic. And it's George finishing it off.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi. Aware of what the defense is trying to do. Understands the spacing.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I picked bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
I'm glad we got to see the Mobile One block once more. What a play.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Back to Rondo. Batum, it's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Pass to Richardson. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Fast break, here we go. Here's Kennard. Now the feed to Rondo. Shoots the 3. A shot by Batum, no good. Richardson the pass to Finney-Smith. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. Man gets the bucket.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
Now here's Brunson. And the rejection by Zubac. And the dunk by Powell. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Now Rondo. Lays it up off the glass. Rondo's got his second bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Brunson. Passes it to Reddick. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Batum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
Reddick finds Brunson. Down low. Here's Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Porzingis, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. And here are the Clippers. They're on a 12-4 run. Rondo passes to Morris. From deep three-point range, and again it's the Clippers missing.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
In Europe, Doncic spent a lot of time as a primary ball handler. You see the craftiness there in terms of drawing fouls.
Hardaway's checked in for Dallas. And then for Los Angeles, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Porzingis against Leonard. And the pass to Patterson. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Morris for 3. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Marjanovic checked in for Powell. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Zubac is checked in for Morris.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But, you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
Outside Jackson. The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers ahead, up by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Mavericks trail by 5. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slot. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Zubac trying to break loose. And that one's good, George.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Doncic against George. Doncic, no good. Los Angeles leading by 5. Here's Patterson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Doncic with the bucket. Doncic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Outside Jackson. In the corner, it's Patterson. Porzingis with the steal. Leonard against Richardson. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubats has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Doncic with it. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Jackson looking it over. And the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got his first points of the game.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Doncic against George.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
Mavericks making a switch here. Finney-Smith's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Batum comes in for Patrick Patterson. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Outside, George. Puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Takes the 3. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
And Doncic, here we go.
Oh, yes.
Goodness. That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And here's Rondo. Dishes it to George. Clock at 6. He kicks it to Batum. Back to George. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. Mavericks trail by 8. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Leonard with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Incredible effort by Kawhi. Picks it up with the claw, then off to the races.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
George dishes to Rondo. Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. Launches it. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Zubats has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
Pass to Patterson. There's 31 seconds left in the 4th quarter. The rebound by Marjanovic. Maybe at this point, not much of a chance for a comeback.
Yeah, you got a better chance of walking through a lion's den with pork chop underwear on.
For a guard, Josh Richardson has all type of length. He is consistently getting to the lane, and he can score.
Now, here is George. Kicks to Rondo. So the Clippers with the win. They came in here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for There it is, the Staples Center. And both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3.
And busting it up the floor, Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now, here's Lillard, pass to McCollum. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. The shot by George, no good. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Now, here's Batum. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And the amazing pump fake from Batum. The D falls for it every time.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw good, Nicholas Batum. So he gets them both. The Trailblazers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here's Lillard. Out left to the wing. Portland moving the ball around. McCollum finds Lillard. Count that one.
Love seeing Lillard work it in close. I mean, he has the skills to convert at a high rate.
Here's Los Angeles now. George looking around. They get it back. Here's Zubac. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
I wouldn't want to be the guy who has to keep him off the boards. He is a beast on the offensive glass.
Pass to Powell. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. From outside the arc, Batum grabs the miss.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Here's Nurkic. Here's Covington. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Powell against Jackson. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Shoots over Lillard. Here's Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. Beyond the arc. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Cullen passes to Nurkic. That ties it up. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Outside, George. The pass to Zubac. Outside for George. Outside Jackson. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leonard the pass to Zubac. The three-pointer no good. The Trailblazers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. A 3 from McCollum gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Well, and sometimes you just got to assume every 3 McCollum is going to take is going to go in.
Nurkic with the block. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Powell, that's good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Clippers trail by 5. Now, here's George. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
And that one drops.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The three from George. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Lillard with no one around. Offline with his three.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
And good that time.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
Here's Nurkic. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And still a close game as the first. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. And before the game, we talked about that with him.
I think in the past, anytime I got...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. Now, here's Kanter. Shoots. No good that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. Rondo dishes to Morris. Outside for Rondo. Kennard with the ball. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Shots good by Anthony.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a three-point game. Passes it to Oturu. Out to Morris. And here's Kennard. Upside Rondo. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And how many times have we seen Rondo drop this to the roll, man? I think that's what the defense was expecting.
Anthony, the pass to Little. Here's Simons. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And he gets it to go.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
You know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a rollout on this team.
Here's Mann. And Kanter pulls it down.
He's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Portland leading by 3.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that two-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
The three from George connects from three-point range. George has got 5 points so far.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Here's Simon. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Kicks it to Patterson. Shoots over Cantor. Patterson can't get it to go.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Little, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And there's a minute 45 left now here in the second. Anthony against Patterson. Anthony can't hit.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Paul George.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Here's Simons. He has 6. He feeds it to Cantor. Excellent D there from George.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out the open floor.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Jackson kicks to Patterson. 46 seconds left in the first half. Jackson finds Zubac. 5 on the clock. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. For Portland, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. The wide open look here for Anthony. They get the rebound.
Now, that's the staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
20 seconds left in the first half. And here's George for 3. It's in the bucket for his 4th field goal. Shooting at a 4 of 9 clip.
And his shot, I mean, has come around. I mean, for most of the first quarter, it looked like he might be in for a long night.
Here's Simons. Over Jackson. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were in a 7-point hole at one stage, but it never got bigger. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you play for them.
And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
You got to love how clever Lillard is. I mean, he's exceptional at gutting the D apart with his dribbling moves.
There's Jackson with the three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. And a deep three from Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Lillard's not going to let you get away with that. He wants those 3 points back, and he gets it quick.
Leonard the pass to Batum. Leonard inside, defended by Covington. Leonard no luck. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Here is Lillard. He's got 7.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
Rondo looking around. High post, Zubac. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A 3 from McCollum. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. And Portland with a change here too. Jones is checked in. And that one's good. Lillard.
Strange game for him. Barely made any noise in the first half, and here in the second, he's been everywhere.
Lillard against Rondo. And the layup falls. Rondo's got 6.
So a guy that simply brings toughness to the hardwood. Rondo, really, he isn't bothered hardwood contact.
McCollum outside. Releases. Kennard with the rebound.
Oh, he found the open space for mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Man passes to Rondo. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Just 5 on the clock. Comes up empty from 8 feet. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Little, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's Simons. Portland again missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Man. There's the feed to Leonard. It's picked off. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Giles. Sweet move. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Giles has got his first points in this one.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Morris right side. Inside. And it's Leonard missing. Here's Jones. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up,
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, they've got Powell. Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the point guard position.
Well, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Kanter. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Leonard draws the double. And now Portland on the break. Powell kicks to Anthony. Powell, the pass to Anthony. Here's Kanter, defended by Batum. Pass to Simons. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 5. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Kanter. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Timeout.
And it's an 8-point Portland lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Both teams deciding to change it up. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
There's the pass to Kanter. Lillard against Kennard. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. And that one's good. Lillard.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Steps back and fires. And that one hits back iron.
Jesus surprises anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Passes to Lillard. Kanter kicks to McCollum. Pass to Lillard. Now here's Kanter. Tight defense on him. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Kanter's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers. Outside, George. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. For Portland, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. The 3 from McCollum drains it from beyond the arc. And now it's an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Yeah, D like that isn't going to get you back in the game. You have to stay connected to these shooters.
To the middle. The shot missing. Excellent D there from George. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the basket by Oturu.
And the slick pass from George set that up well. He has such a natural instinct for where to send the ball.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. There's a minute 40 left in the fourth quarter. The Trey drills the 3-pointer. McCollum's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Portland.
Love watching McCollum shoot the ball. He has such a pure, clean-looking Jimmy.
Leonard. And it's Portland with the rebound. Cantor's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And here's Portland. They're on a 14-6 run. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth. Lillard from deep three-point land. The shot will not fall. And the Clippers will come the other way.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Trailblazers.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for C.J. McCollum.
He was the alpha dog out there tonight. Totally in charge of this game. No matter what the situation was, he was the one to dictate the action.
Robert Covington's checked in for Portland.
Well, known for his unique personality, Cantor also remains a solid role player, someone his teammates enjoy playing with.
Man can hit. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Knocks it loose.
That's his first personal foul.
The free throw drops for Lillard.
Now, what you love about Lillard is his drive. He wants to keep improving. He's a super competitive player.
24 seconds left in the game. Looking to end the run, and he lays it up and in.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
From deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty... The sprawling metropolis. And they'll have some minutes to make up for it with an injury in their roster.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome. But it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Norman Powell, and it's Cantor in at the 5. And for Dallas, Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Maxi Kleber. And it's Marjanovic in at the center, locking down the middle. It's good on the putback.
And to me, this is what KP has got to do. Porzingis has the size and length to be a factor on the offensive glass.
McCollum against Richardson. Lillard, right side. McCollum feeling it bit. And good that time.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Doncic outside. And he gets the bucket.
Boy, that's the type of shot they'd like to get on every single possession.
And here are the Trailblazers.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
McCollum with the ball, and it's Richardson picking him up. McCollum kicks to Lillard, and stolen by Richardson. Doncic against Lillard. Here's Marjanovic. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game, and boy, it is on display right now.
Now here's McCollum. Doncic with the steal. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup.
What a basketball mind when you think about Luka Doncic. This guy in the break is exploiting defenses.
Lillard surveying the D. Plenty of space. That shot missing, so the Mavericks will take it the other way. Richardson gets a wide open look. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And the dunk by Doncic.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to Powell to stop the run. Cantor kicks to Powell. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Harry Giles is checked in for the Trailblazers. Little comes in for Norman Powell. And yes, it's good.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
50 seconds left in the first quarter. To the inside. And it's slammed in by Jones.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Here's Hardaway. Portland making their last shot. Here's Cauley Stein. The shot that time, not on target. Trailblazers trail by 7. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. A shot by Anthony, no good. Now the Mavericks moving it up, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The wide open look here for Anthony. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
We've got Jalen Brunson. Hardaway is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Redick in at the 2-guard spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Jones. Makes it off the glass. Jones has got his second bucket of the game to go.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Now here's Brunson. Guarded closely. Cauley Stein. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Cauley Stein, a serviceable shooter at the line. Let's see if he can make them count.
Giles checked in for Derek Jones. Trailblazers trail by 9. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Now Brunson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one's on Anthony.
Clearly a foul.
The Mavericks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. That one falls for Brunson. And he makes both free throws.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley Stein.
Number 21.
It's Covington on the wing. Hardaway with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Brunson the pass to Powell. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
How about the skills of Dwight Powell down low? Hard for the defense to match up with his length.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
That one goes. Counted. Powell's got 4 points this quarter.
The speed on the break from Powell right now, just booking down the court and getting to the basket.
Outside Anthony. Pass to Giles. Back to Anthony. He kicks to Covington. The pass to Giles. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Now the Mavericks with it. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. The rebound by Giles. Trailblazers trail by 15. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Brunson with it. Pass to Marjanovic. Over Giles. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 15.
You have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
Simons, the pass to Covington. Anthony kicks to Giles. Pass to Covington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Josh Richardson's checked in for Hardaway. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And the Mavericks with some changes. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Porzingis is coming in for Dwight Powell. And it's Maxi Kleber in for J.J. Redick.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. That's a 2 from Lillard. A shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Richardson attacking. Here's Cauley-Stein. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be, that could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Here's Doncic. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Doncic.
You got to remember that Luka Doncic is so much more than a shooter. He's got every shot in his arsenal, even amongst the trees in there.
Nobody near Lillard. Nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Doncic passes to Kleber. Back to Doncic. Here's Cauley-Stein. Shoots over Cantor. Here's Porzingis. They shoot again. Yep, that one goes. Porzingis has got 6 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Lillard. Dishes to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Fires the three. No good on the shot. And so it's Dallas. Enjoy.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you from the get-go it was Dallas who came out strong. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a 12 to.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the three. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Three-pointer. The three-pointer is right on target. 5 points in the game.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Marjanovic. He can't get that one. Trailblazers trail by 11. Here's McCollum. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
The drive by Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And a wide open look for McCollum. And finished off by Nurkic.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
And here is Doncic. 12 points for him. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got 8 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
McCollum against Kleber. McCollum outside, takes a three. Again, McCollum missing.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Kleba, no good.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway. And yep, the coach's challenge being used here on the goaltending call. He wants it reviewed.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via replay there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And so the decision is in. NBA Replay Center has ruled, guys. The call stands on the goaltend.
And maybe the only downside is that you use up your one coach's challenge for the game. So if anything happens beyond this point, you might wish you had that back. Smart not to take any chances and give it another look on the replay. That's such a valuable safety net for the officials to have.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot. But right now, this guy is cooking.
And there's the pass to Porzingis. On the wing. That one, no good. And it's Portland the other way. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Again, McCollum missing.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you. Giles, the pass to Anthony. Back to Giles. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First one falls for him. Dallas making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Jones checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. Dallas leading by 9. 51 seconds left in the third. And the basket is good. Brunson's got 6 points.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Passes it to Anthony. Drops in the layup for 2. Anthony's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, how well does he use his frame to hold off the defense? Melo with the strong finish.
Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely. Chalk up 2 there. Brunson's got 4 this quarter.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Redick against McCollum. It's McCollum on the wing. Pass to Giles. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Here's Brunson. Offline. And so it's Dallas in control with a 9-point lead. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Trailblazers trail by 9. They've got Cauley Stein. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Maxi Kleba. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. Off target with his 3. Trailblazers shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Jones for three. Here's Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Nurkic kicks to Covington. Pass to Simons. 6 to shoot. The pass to Nurkic. Doncic with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Hardaway finds Cauley Stein.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Got a piece of it. Doncic with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First free throw is good. Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. Porzingis is coming in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Robert Covington. McCollum comes in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Lillard from outside gets it to go from beyond the arc.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Doncic outside. Over to the left wing. Here's Kleba. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Fires for 3. The shot by Powell, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Kleba finds Marjanovic, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on C.J. McCollum, and the first one drops. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Trailing by 10. And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
Outstanding handles from the clever guard. Lillard crafty with it in his hand and can create for anybody.
Doncic outside. Marjanovic passes to Kleba. And Kleba slams it in.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
They get a hand on it. Doncic outside. A pass to Porzingis.
Hard to find a lot of precedence in the pass for a player the size of Porzingis who can handle and shoot it the way he does. Special talent, no question. Maybe reminds you of KG or Dirk.
From the baseline. Cantor. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Yeah, he needs to take a lot more shots. He's been efficient, trying to get his teammates involved, but it's time for him to step up.
Doncic against Cantor, and that one is good.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
My question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Marjanovic kicks to Doncic. Passes it to Porzingis. In the corner, it's Kleba. 4 on the clock. Doncic. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. Now, this was an excellent all-around performance for the Mavericks.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
a big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open. A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
And the funny thing is, if that doesn't get you benched, I have no idea what would.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Melly is checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Porzingis. Trey Burke's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Maxi Kleber. Here's Little. No good. Nice D from Doncic. Pass to Finney-Smith. Now here's Brunson. Pass to Finney-Smith. On the wing, Doncic. Now here's Brunson. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for him.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Porzingis. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Kleber in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5, down low. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And Doncic, here we go. Count it. Doncic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
Outside for George. A three-pointer, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Takes the 13-footer. That one wide left. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Here's the floater. Stolen by George. Now the Clippers moving it up. Jackson's got the ball. The feed to Leonard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Doncic feeling it out. Dallas no good that time either.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And it's George missing.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Out to Porzingis. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Los Angeles. And Dallas with a change here too. Hardaway's checked in. Now here's Doncic out to the right wing. Porzingis passes to Marjanovic. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proven to be a reliable passer.
Outside Jackson. Outside for George. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Just befuddling body control from George. I mean, taking the hit like a man and still getting all the way to the basket.
Now, here's Doncic. Over George, and Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 6. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Outside for Batum. Pass to Zubac. Clippers moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Leonard. And the shot is good.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of him.
1:15 left to play in the first. Doncic outside from about 16, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. He's got 8.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell comes in for Marjanovic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Maxi Kleber. Powell, no one around him. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Leonard. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now here's Powell. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there. Pass
to George. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 8 points.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Doncic. He doesn't hit that one. That one, no good. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Clippers.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
On the court for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Richardson, and it's Redick in at the 3 spot. Now the pass to Powell. 9 feet out. A second chance effort. Cauley-Stein. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And he knocks down the first one. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
That's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see, because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Mavericks trail by 4. Redick inside the line. Dallas again missing. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And Patterson kicks to Rondo. Back to Patterson. Kennard on the wing. Back to Patterson. Down low. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley-Stein, a presence defensively.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. To the paint. Here's Oturu. Banked in off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein.
And Cauley-Stein has drawn comparisons to Tyson Chandler due to his length and athleticism. It's important he continues to get better.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. The Mavericks also with a sub. Marjanovic checked in for Jalen Brunson. Out to Morris. Rondo scanning the floor. Passes it to Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and 2 shots. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the Clippers call time here.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Pass to Zubac. Here's Mann. Batum wide open. He fires. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Clippers lead by 5.
The timing by Batum. Really good at recognizing when to fire off the catch.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. There's a minute 34 left in the first half of basketball. Cauley Stein. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Cauley Stein, a serviceable shooter at the line. Let's see if he can make him count.
And he's good on the second.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Clock at 2. Batum inside the three-point line, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. .107 left in the first half of the game. Doncic against Kennard. Doncic, no good. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers leading by 4. Kennard, the pass to Mann. Over in the corner, Batum. Here's Mann. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Over Hardaway. Shoots in deep. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the middle. Here's Kleba, and Kleba slams it in.
You know, he's really a good passer for a big man, guys. Porzingis very solid at setting up his teammates.
Inside, it's tipped and stolen by Cauley-Stein. Here's Doncic. Misses from short range.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Mann. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Brunson scanning the floor. Here's Cauley-Stein. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. Checking out the Clippers. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
We've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Well, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. The Clippers have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And if you want to talk about the best two-way players in the NBA, George's name would be high on the list for sure. I mean, that's the kind of presence he has at both ends of the court.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. 6 on the shot clock. Tries it from 19. The rebound by Marjanovic. Mavericks trail by 7, and Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. George against Doncic. And it's sent back by George. Jackson passes to Patterson. That shot no good. Nice D from Porzingis. Kleber with the bucket. Los Angeles leading by 5. Outside, George down low. Here's Zubac. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Zubac has got his second basket.
And George is not just a scorer now. He also passes the ball well, looking to keep his guys involved.
Doncic finds Kleber. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Jackson looking around. Takes it out to Leonard. Clock at 4. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And Porzingis, here we go, uses the glass to finish the layup. Now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
George against Richardson. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for Maxi Kleber. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
An elite scorer in today's game. Leonard is consistent at staying aggressive on the offensive end.
Brunson the pass to Powell. 1:51 left in the third. The shot off that time. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Count the basket. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Redick is in the corner. Back to Porzingis. Pass to Powell. Shoots it up. Got a piece of it. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Rondo with the ball. And George kicks to Leonard. Offensive rebound.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
Here's Hardaway. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Oturu's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Powell kicks to Redick. They need this. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Leonard. Marcus Morris comes in for George. And it's Luke Kennard in for Jackson. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And the Clippers making a change here. Patterson's checked in. Outside Rondo. Patterson passes to Oturu. It's good. Oturu's got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Dallas calls timeout. We've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the court for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Maxi Kleber. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Doncic in at the point. The 3 from George. It's not going to go for him. And it's Dallas the other way. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Outside Rondo. And the pass to Oturu. Porzingis with the steal. Cauley-Stein goes in. Paul George grabs the miss. Clippers leading by 13. Rondo with the ball. Out-defended by Cauley-Stein. Patterson can't get it to go.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Marjanovic. It's hauled in by the Clippers. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And Batum kicks to George.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Los Angeles leading by 13. Right side George. There's the three. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first. But the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Here's Marjanovic. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Capable of running the offense. Doncic, fantastic at getting his teammates involved.
Rondo passes to George. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Passes it to Oturu. Outside for George. 5 to shoot. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
He can certainly stroke it from deep. The three-pointer is not a shot that George is going to pass up.
Outside, Porzingis. Oturu with the rebound. Oturu's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. On the wing, Batum. Outside for George. Doncic with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Porzingis, and he banks in the layup.
You know, guys, this is the danger Porzingis poses in the open floor. He's excellent at getting to his spots.
1:33 left here in the fourth quarter. Outside Rondo. He feeds it to George. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high-percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for George.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
Outside, George. And the Clippers miss again.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The shot. It's tipped. Here's Marjanovic. The second effort. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Melly is checked in for Cauley Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. J.J. Redick's checked in for Porzingis. And Trey Burke subbed in for Doncic. And that one's good. Burke. Burke's got it back down to within single digits for the Mavs.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
Mann passes to Oturu. Here's Mann. So the Clippers with the win. A confident win and one where they clearly... David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. The bustling city of Portland and the Clippers starting five. They've got Patrick Patterson. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Powell in at the 3 slot. That one falls.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
George looking around, jacks up a 3. Powell pulls it in.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Portland moving the ball around. Covington passes to Nurkic. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's George. Lays it up off the glass.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Jackson against Lillard. There's the dish to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Clock at 6. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now, here's Nurkic. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game. And a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
And George with this stuff.
What an athlete Paul George is, leaping up with such ease on those throwdowns.
McCollum against George. Nice move. And foul on the shot. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Powell dishes to Nurkic. And that time, also a missed shot. Los Angeles leading by 10. George.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. The Clippers also changing it up. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Patterson. Morris comes in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Paul George. Kennard against Powell. Fires from deep. Here's Anthony. Tries again. Pass to Cantor. Here's Simons. Back to Cantor. Out to Anthony. It's hauled in by Zubats.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And it's in there.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Trailblazers trail by 12. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Cantor. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Kennard's shot is off. Now Cantor. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Portland again missing. And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers, guys.
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Portland, Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the guard position. Now here's Rondo. On the wing, Morris. Here's Oturu. He's covered by Kanter. And the wide open shot from Morris. Buries the long-range jumper. Morris has got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles. Jones kicks to Anthony. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. No coverage that time. Powell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Rondo looking over the floor. It doesn't go for him. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Jones drives in. Now here's Cantor. Defense is right there. Jones in the post. Morris is there. Portland, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. That free throw good from Anthony. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line. They give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Good work there as it goes. And now it's just a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
And there's the pass to Oturu. Outside Leonard. Pass to George. Just 4 to shoot. Los Angeles with another miss.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Another shot. Covington passes to Lillard. Pass to Anthony. Back to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Out to Anthony. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Stolen away. And now the Clippers on the break. Kicks it out to Leonard. Patterson against Anthony. Outside, George. To the inside. Here's Oturu. The shot's good on the assist by George. And now it's an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option.
Oh, my goodness!
Did you see
what
that
a play?
one, Kevin? Unbelievable. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Shooting much better this quarter than last. You can see his confidence growing.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Harry Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Little, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Bennett Simon's in for Damian Lillard. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. And too long on the shot. Trailblazers trail by 8. Passes to Simons. All sorts of time. Yes, that goes in. Simons has got his second bucket.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Here's Kennard. And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And thanks to their outstanding... Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the 2K. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 11 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And taking a look at the clip. And that should do it with...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Jackson. Patrick Patterson is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. The pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
Man, that's a tough call for the ref to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Clippers leading by 3. Jackson with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside for George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Trailblazers shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Feeds it to McCollum, and he drops in the layup off the glass. McCollum's got 7.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Jackson kicks to George. They grab their own miss.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Trailblazers trail by 7. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Three-pointer, Lillard, and the Trailblazers, another 3.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Now, here's George. He's got 15. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. George passes to Jackson. To the middle. Here's Zubac. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 4th assist in this one. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And now here comes Jones leading the break.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
George with no one around. Off target from outside.
He's been of no help stretching the floor tonight. Just 1 3 in the first half. Nothing in the second.
Great positioning on the putback. Now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Jackson passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
There's been an emphasis on ball movement, and he's been a major catalyst.
Here's Simons. Giants. It's good on the putback.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And the Clippers call time here.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
We've got 1:08 left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Rondo. Pass to Oturu. Inside. And he dunks it down.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
Here's Simons. Pass to Powell. Here's Simons. To the inside. Portland moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Anthony. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 6.
The activity level from Patterson is what makes him such an impact on the floor.
Here's Simons. Trying to find Cantor. Gets it to him. Anthony dishes to Cantor. And that one drops for him. Cantor's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead by 4. From Portland. We're back in a moment. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Anthony, and it's Cantor in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Lillard. Cantor trying to free himself up. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Damian Lillard. And here's Rondo. Kicks it to Batum. Down low, Patterson. And the layup's good off the glass.
Patterson is so active and efficient with his movements inside.
The Trailblazers shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
Offensive rebound. Morris passes to Kennard. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And the Clippers miss again. Trailblazers trail by 4. The drive by Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Back to Cantor. Passes it to Powell. Zubac against Lillard. That's tipped.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
Clippers leading by 4. Here's Morris. And the shot goes down.
A beautiful pass to lead his teammate right to the hoop.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
LA's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Rondo passes to Kennard. The shot's good.
Outstanding decision. Kennard is getting better and better at creating offense for himself.
Lillard surveying the D. McCollum left side. Back to Lillard. Here's Cantor. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And his teammates love it. Cantor taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
Jones checked in for Powell. The Clippers also changing it up. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Marcus Morris. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. And George, here we go. Can't hit from in close. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Jackson, that's good.
Important time in the game in terms of momentum. You see Reggie willing to put the team on his back.
Now Lillard. McCollum outside. Lillard outside. Cantor trying to free himself up, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Reggie Jackson. He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland, just the latest star from the town.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. And there it is for him.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
Lillard against Jackson. And it's McCollum in the corner. McCree drains the three-pointer.
And when it matters most, the coach has the confidence that McCollum will deliver.
George with the ball. Outside Leonard. The pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. It falls!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Cullen passes to Lillard. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Leonard looking around. From downtown, gets the 3 to fall.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for